Go.
Et c'est parti!
Et c'est parti. Welcome to Naked. Hi, Matt. How are you doing?
I'm good. Welcome to Naked too, my friend. How are you?
Good. So Naked, a podcast where we talk about different subjects, and each week we have a talk about something. Last week was a question for the 21st episode. It was a question from one of our listeners, which was amazing, which was a talk on how to manage and deal with a relationship at work, whether they're friendly or loving. And you can listen to that to YouTube on or your favorite podcast platform.
The guy is like, oh, welcome to Naked, the podcast where we talk about things. Okay, let's just do that again. We talk about anything, but with total authenticity. And we're busting bullshits. That's what we do.
That's exactly perfect. That. So we can answer if you have any question, we are really happy to answer them. As I said,
that would be cool if we would have like some kind of live when we record, and then we say that, oh, like we're gonna have a first 10 minutes of the recording is like we have a live on the side or something, and then people can ask question then at that live, and we just do question live on the show. If we don't have question before or whatever, that would be funny.
Could be a good idea, except that last week, we had one question. You thought that it will be finished in 5 minutes, and then suddenly you saw that you're opening a Pandora box. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe one question is enough for us.
So how are you doing? How was your weekend?
I'm good. I'm good. I this morning I felt like some train hit me. Me and Jimmy were not able to get out of bed this morning. Like, when like your head is so like you just feel weight. You're like, oh, I could sleep for 12 hours more. That's why with my mate, I'm gonna be good in no time. But no, I feel good. This weekend was relax. Our excursion crew didn't have. We just went for breakfast. Easy board game in the afternoon, just relax. But yeah, it's always fun. And you?
Nice.
What's up with you? How was your move?
I moved. So welcome to the hacienda, as you can see. Old style of the doors, old style of the tiles. Everything is old style. That's really Spanish for you. If you don't know what looks like a real Spanish house, that looks like a Spanish house. So yeah, I know the move was okay, but we need to find a more permanent place. And I bought a candle, as I told you, because today I went to a shop.
Show it.
So yeah, so like you go to these candles and you have always like the weird names, like Oriental flavors, Black Night, no. And I choose these light it up. You have to be careful.
Oh, you did light it up.
Poetic mind. Just for us.
The thing is, he showed it to me just before we started the recording, and I laughed my ass so hard that we were like, fuck, that should have been on the record.
I think it's because when I say to people, I bought like Poetic Mind, it's like... not sure about
well, if you have that scent in the room right now, you're probably going to be super poetic in that episode and creative.
What do you want to talk about? That's a good question, then.
I have no clue, like literally no clue. You have... well, it's funny.
I just thought about it. Generally, we talk about what is happening during the week.
Yeah.
Do you know what is today?
It's Women's Day.
Happy International Women's Day to all the women that are listening.
Oh well, yeah, that's a good that's a good topic to go on.
Do you want to know a fun fact? You want to know a fun fact about International Women's Day in Eastern Europe? I learned that because I dated someone from Moldova, and they offer flowers So it's more of a Valentine's Day than Valentine's Day. So Valentine's Day, they don't celebrate it. International
Okay.
Women's Day, they celebrate it and we offer flowers to women. This
Wow.
morning we were also like on a call, and there was one of a colleague that was saying like she's working in Swiss, you know, and she was saying that randomly people come and offer her roses, like during that. It's like here roses, and most of the people that do that are from Eastern Europe. It's a big thing. It's a big thing. It's a big thing
Ah,
in certain countries.
yeah, that's kind of funny. Well, look, I totally, I didn't know it was the Women International Day, but
You got flowers.
I
Oh,
got
that's
flowers.
beautiful. That's beautiful.
Or that's sunflower are Jamie's favorite flower. And they sell it in the street here. That's really nice. They have flowers everywhere here. You can buy, and they when you are like at a bar, they come. Uh, so there's like people that just come with flowers. They're like sellers, and they just wander in the street, and they when they see a couple, like this is the main target, and they just come and like, oh, do you want a rose for your novia? You know, so you
Yeah.
always feel cheap to not buy it, but like every day they come to you and they ask you if you want a flower for her. So like, no, not today. And then, but you always feel cheap. They play on the emotions.
Obviously, they need to.
Yeah. Well, happy International Woman Day, and that's funny because if I just if I just look at all our feedback that you're sending me and everything, I think we have a big proportion of women in our listeners. So
That all
um,
the guys are not saying that they are listening to us. That's also
maybe,
the
yeah. Well, let's not assume anything, but to all the
true.
women that listen to us, have a wonderful, wonderful day. I believe that in general, women are, let's say, well, men won't like me on that, but I think women in general are more spiritually evolved. Um, if you take all of them
Totally.
versus all of the men, and I think we should listen to them more. Uh, not saying they're perfect, not at all, but
That's that's a good topic. I mean, that's a good topic. That's a good first things. When do you think like guys? Because I have my idea. When do you think like guys start to be more aware of himself? What age compared to women?
in their lives, you mean?
Yeah.
I think it's inherently for women more than for men. After that, what age? I guess men would. I'm pretty sure it's proven by science that men just, let's say, evolve later in life than women, and that's why women always want older men even when they're young, because not just because they're physically attracted, but because they're more at their level. um, yeah, I do believe that. I mean, just if I just look at me, I told you I started my journey in finding myself and personal development and everything maybe around 25, and I really started for real around 30,
Yeah.
and I feel good now, and I'm 33. But I mean, 33 for women, like for them is super late in their mind. So um, yeah, that would be a funny, controversial topic to just have a take that day to talk about the difference between men and women and what we think about it. And yeah, why not?
Do you want to enter that subject?
Not sure, but that would be fun.
Oh, we can go. No, I think yeah, men are entering later. Like I think around 35, they start to really know himself. I believe. I believe at
Yeah.
35 you start to, and because I went through 35, and it's true that at 35 I don't know what changed, but there is something that changed inside you. Um, and yeah, it has been also proven by science that we're late on stuff. Uh,
Yeah, I guess in general, women know faster what they want in life also, be it like they want a family and they want to have baby, or they want to settle. I remember, I'm gonna tell you, well, I don't know if I told you that story. I have an ex-girlfriend. I had 3 big relationship before Jamie, like big, like 3-4 years relationship in my life. And the second one, I remember that one moment I was, for me, that was one of the moments that just turned me off so bad. Um, we were talking, and she was a woman that kind of like had strong opinion, and she knows what she wanted. And at some point we were talking, and she's like, oh, if I don't have a baby at 27, that's gonna be really bad. Like, it's not gonna function. I'm like, what do you mean 27? Like, did you do a calculation with the stars and shit? And like, why 27? And she's like, for me, like, I'm 25 right now. Like, in 2 years, 27. Like, I like, and she was really serious. It's like, why not 26? Why not 28? Why not 29? Like, why would the decision to have a baby would be based on an age? I was like, it just blew my mind. I was like, are you serious? What, like, how about we just get to have a strong relationship together, and we make sure that we are ready, let's say financially, let's say where we are in our professional career, let's say what do we want, what about me, what I want, me, like, what about, why 27? Oh my God, we had such an argument, and I was like, seriously, I think you're crazy.
That
Oh my
must have
God.
started right the discussion, I think.
What?
That's the word you don't say.
No. It was in my mind. I said
Oh,
to myself, I think she's crazy. Um, but yeah, and it was already around the end of our relationship, so it was just like another hammer on the nail. But I don't know, like, it's how serious she was. It was, the 27 was like really, really important, and I could not believe that you would decide to have a baby, which is such a big decision. You're bringing a living being into life, and that change all your life until you die, and everything that you can provide the baby from that point will affect the development of the baby. For me, having a baby, it's such an important decision, and she was basing it purely on the age. It's like, okay,
yeah, but you
that's
think like it's because you think like a guy.
no. Because I talk about
Yes,
it with some girl, and they were like, yeah, that's a bit too much.
I mean that's normal when you're yeah, and this discussion is gonna go. It's funny because I was having this discussion with I'm doing this lunch club, and we were
Okay.
having this discussion about International Day, and for example, we were having this reflection that society is badly done because we are pushing, for example, women to be like guys.
Hmm.
What I mean by that is having a career, being less agreeable, being having what we call masculine traits. Jordan Peterson talks really well about it. If you want to see a video about that, and it's bad
The
because
big dick energy.
no, but it's bad because we are we're pushing society to be more like guys. So it's funny because like all this thing about International Women Day and having more space, like having more parity and balance is totally great, but the balance is going still towards what society should be, which is a society of men. But it doesn't work because as a guy you don't care like about the age, for example, to have kids, when you know that, for example, the best age morphologically, biologically, is between 20 and 30 for a woman.
For who?
For a woman,
For a woman?
yeah. But it's biologically. I'm not creating any. See, you can
Yeah.
later, but it
Yeah, but
goes it
like,
goes down
if
with over
if
stuff.
she would have told me that,
You will be
yeah,
like,
but if
okay,
she would have told me, oh, the best timing is between 20 and 30, so it's for sure that for me after 30 it would be not the best of scenario, like with some open doors and like, no, she was like 27. If it's not 27, it's not working.
Do you believe?
but,
Do you believe in?
but
Do you
yeah,
believe in International Women Day? I'm asking like the real question now.
what do you mean if I believe in that?
What do you think about that?
What do you mean if I believe?
What do you think about it?
Well, I think it's amazing that we have a day to celebrate women. I would have. Is there a day to celebrate men? Because if not,
I think in certain,
we
I think
need
in
one.
certain, no, I think in certain country there is, especially in this country
Okay, because
in Eastern Europe, for
I
example.
mean,
In Russia, there is
I
one.
mean,
I received some messages one day, and I was like, "What is that?" It was like it's Men's Day in Russia. I was like, "Oh, okay." So there is one in
well,
Russia, for example. I don't remember the date because yeah, but in Eastern Europe, yes, there is. I know that.
yeah, well, I mean, you know me, and we did a full episode about celebrating life and celebrating all the little things. So, if the women have their day, that's amazing, and why the men would not have their day, which would be amazing too, and why not the children would have their days, and yeah, I totally believe in that. It's just a time to. In fact, we should celebrate who we are every day, but yeah, society, they like to have these fixed day for celebration, and yeah, I totally I'm totally fine with that. Any celebration is good, in my opinion.
It's okay. It's good. It's good.
What about you?
I
Do
don't know.
you
This kind of days always makes me because you have always two sides. Okay, I'm entering the subject because we're like turning around. We don't want we're like going like we're on eggshells and everything because we're guys. I think in these kind of days, you have the two sides where it's like you have people that are genuinely happy about celebrating it, and I think it's a good idea that we have that kind of thing because why not? We celebrate grandmas, grandpas, we celebrate fathers, and we celebrate mothers. So why not celebrating woman, man, or whatever? Doesn't matter at the end of the day. I mean, it's a good thing, as you say, to celebrate the people that are in your life. If there is a meaning behind it. But there is always this other thing where I started to see like on Instagram talking about statistics, talking about being balanced still in certain countries and being like the morale behind it,
Mhm.
which I kind of hate because it's. I mean, I don't hate it, but because I understand, there's still some work to be done. But it's kind of piggybacking in something that is good and putting a little bit of a negative spin inside it. And I don't know. I just don't
Yeah,
like that part. I just don't like.
it's like
I mean, my side. I don't like social justice warrior. Don't like it at all. And I don't like also when people say the wrong thing. So, for example, statistics is a statistic and statement are the best thing. Like for example, it was someone from the UK that was saying that men and women are still not paid equal. Something like that. And this statement from the thing is wrong because in the UK it's forbidden by the law for the same position for the same in the same company to pay differently men and women. So that's then after that, the fact that on average, then the average salary and all that, it says there is other reason for that. And obviously, we can work on that. I think Canada is a good example on what has been done there, especially in terms of parity and everything. I love when I was being there. I was amazed by there was, how do you call that? A ministry of feminine
yeah.
condition, which I
Oh
was
yeah,
amazed about
I don't
because
even know.
yeah. I was amazed about that. So when I arrived in Canada, it was in 2006. So imagine in 2006, I arrived there and there is a ministry of a feminine condition, I think it's called, something like that. And I found this amazing, and I
That's
think that
amazing.
they should be like more stuff like that. I had a friend of mine that worked with one of the teachers at Laval University on on the rights of women, especially on the feminine condition and all that. And I think like there is a lot of stuff that needs to be done. But yeah, there is this part that
it's so silly when you think about it. I mean, in my head, it makes no fucking sense. Like, why would a woman would be paid less than a man for the same position? It's simply like a really low tactic from the man that still don't want the woman to be their equal, and by lowering the pay, they're like discouraging them from going to work and just staying at home and raising the children, and like because it's just to discourage, because hey, go get that job, but you will be paid a third of the what would men get, or like a half or whatever. It makes no fucking sense.
But to be honest,
like they're human being.
Yeah, I never got this competition around based on characteristics and not based on the work that you do. Never got that. I never got the thing about politics. I never got the thing about all those things. Never got it.
I totally agree that there should be some kind of salary stair that goes with competency and experience. That's for sure. Yeah. But the fact that you're a man or woman should not have any impact on that. Like it makes no sense. It's so silly. It's just so silly. It's like the old age. I cannot even believe it's still around. It just blows my mind.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's important to recognize it. And even me, I recognized it that, when I was at work, even in France, there is this kind of toxicity, it's true, at work. But it's less and less now, I believe. 15 years ago, yes, there was like more toxicity. And what I mean by toxicity is the kind of harmless, I would say like you believe that it's harmless comments that you listen sometimes in your face and nobody said nothing, where now people speak up a little bit, which is better. And the kind of comment is like, oh yeah, it's because they're too emotional, or it's because they're coming. And I'm not talking just about women. I'm also talking about minorities and all that, because it's a full discussion around that can go really far. So it's important to recognize that there is still some work to do, especially as guys, I believe.
There's so much work to do, but there's really one thing that I find is really, really important to talk about, is that what I really hate is when the focus goes only on one side. And yes, I can totally assess that there's work to be done for women to be seen as equal as men. And it depends on the country. It depends where it is. The level of equality is different. But sometimes when you focus too much on that, you kind of make them like they were angels, and women are no angel. Like they not at all. And in fact, I would say that one of the biggest difference between men and women is that men just are front, like they front, and they are sometimes publicly stupid, and they're less I don't know how to say that well. Women are more like, let's say I would say that it's harder for a woman to be fully authentic. I would say that.
In what sense? Sorry.
It's just because they
have examples.
Kind of more normal for them to hide.
Do you have examples?
For many reasons. Like sometimes it's just for protection. They cannot be fully open. They cannot show their body just physically. Like they can be less. They learn to like not show everything because men are fucking savage animal, and they learn more to hide. So it just translates to their thinking and to whatever they hide more their feeling. They show feelings, but they hide sometimes more what they really think, what they really feel. They build up inside of them things more than men, but they can be so much more manipulative. That's the flip side, and
But you
they're
mean
gonna
with
run the
men?
show.
But you
Yeah, with
men?
men, and also they super bitchy with our women.
Oh,
Like
this
I
is
talk
another
with,
subject that we can talk about. This is
oh
another.
yeah, but I mean we cannot talk outside of our hat because we're not women. But sometimes I have discussion with Jamie, and Jamie is more. She's never been with the. She never liked being with like the bitchy girl, like with the group of like pushy, bitchy, saying stories and I don't know what you call that, gossiping and all this. Um, and she told me like, wow, women can be really, really worse than men at manipulating and bitching and gossiping, and it's more in the background. It's more backstage that they play, and men like to be front stage. That's what I wanted to say. Like in general, it's more men wants to be in the front, and women they play in the back, but they control by playing the back. And I would be really, I would love to have a woman on
Totally.
this call to
That would be
have her
interesting.
opinion. Oh yeah, that
That
would
would be
be
interesting.
interesting.
That would be
And
interesting.
anyway, like that's what I like about our discussion. We're just bringing. It's like we're fishing thing up. Like we're just bringing to the surface many different point of view or many different subject about a global topic that we can discuss and that just raise discussions and opinions and things. And uh, there's no answer to be having this discussion. It's just
To be honest, I was,
it's just
on my side, at work or even in life, at work, I'm going to talk about work first. I was really amazed by most of the women I work for. They are like, uh, they're really strong first, and
oh, they have to be.
they are, yeah, I think they have to be. That's the thing. I think they have to be. What was made also is, how can you say that? Is the level of commitment that they have when we decide to have one. And when you were coming in meetings with them, you had to be prepared. It was like, whoa. I remember I remember some meetings that, you arrive and the person has read your 200 pages document and come the next day and is telling you like, oh yeah, slide 36, you say that and you're like, whoa. It's just like, you're like, whoa. It's like during the meeting, you're like, you're dodging bullets, and it's amazing. Like the level of commitment that they have is just amazing. The level of organization, like the way they approach work and all that. The thing I don't get though is that why there is this judgment on how someone is living their life, which we're more capable to do towards a woman than towards a guy. Even some guys, maybe, like there is also judgment that is there, but I don't get that. That's the part I don't get. Like, I mean, if someone decide to have a career, let them have a career. If someone decide to have a career and still take care of the kids, let them decide to have a career and take care of the kids. I mean, it's not because you clean at home that you're less a guy or you're less of a woman. I don't get that. I really don't get this stuff. It's like me with cooking, Oh, you're a guy, but you cook. And I was like, yeah, weird. Or a friend the other day told me that. I was like, I was talking about Mel Robbins. And
Yeah.
and she was like, but you listen to Mel Robbins? I was like, yeah, why? Because, it's more for women. And I was like, what?
What?
Super sexist. Super sexist. Like, she's not just for women, and she says really smart things, so I don't know why I should not listen to her.
I did her course. I did one of her course, and it was amazing. And there was tons of men in the community, and I mean, yeah. Why would you not listen to that's so sexist. Why would you not listen to the advice of a woman?
Because
In
it's
fact, we should
ours.
listen way more.
It's ours. It's ours.
It's ours. Yeah.
It's kind of this feeling, because, oh yeah, but because she's ours. No, she's not. I can have her also, you know.
What I was thinking when you were talking, and I was wondering, we could for that day, like for the International Women Day, um, let's say what we love the most about women in general and what we hate the most about women in general,
Well,
and
I
let's
would have
be
said,
really honest on that. And I can,
I would have said, yeah, okay, and then I had another one afterwards. Go for it. Start if you want to include.
yeah, I can go. Well, yeah, and since I was thinking a bit about it, I was thinking what really I think I know what I love about them. I love about uh, how connected they are. They are more connected than men in general. And what I mean by connected is it's all that sense of altruism, all that sense of um, it's just like sweetness. Like yes, there's tons of bitches out there, and I think that's what we want to see the most or whatever. But the majority of women, they are so amazing. They just are friendly, connected. The level of altruism is way higher. They care more about others. I, they more easily give love, and in my evolution where I am, that I believe everything is all about love. For me, I just see women as a step further down the road of that. So that would be really what I love the most about them. Um, yeah, let's tell me what you love the most, and after that we'll say what we hate the most.
I told you, for me, it's the level of commitment. It's when we decide to do something, we do something, and I got so many examples around me. Like, and this was my second thing, which is like, what are the examples around you, of strong women? I mean, my flatmate is one, Ellen. My sister, she's amazing. She works, take care of a kid, take care of herself. Like, it's like everything like is neat. It's like everything's on point. Kids are like super smart in terms of art. They know museums and everything. Like, she's like on point on everything. My friend from Canada, like, and it's funny because in all their different style, they're like, for example, Al is committed, like, with food and preparing the food for them to eat well and taking care of them, and taking care of the house and everything, but still continue to work and still continue to be to do what she wants. Ella is also, all examples. Like, Ella is working, like, she's an entrepreneur and she does her stuff, but at the same time, she does always something special with the kids. Like, when there is like, I don't know, Valentine's Day and all that, we receive always, photos that she took, and, doing stuff with them. It's just amazing. Like, it's just this thing that I believe you don't see as much from guys.
Mm-hmm.
Is This is why I call commitment. This is what I talk about commitment. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I like that. And I was thinking of my sister, and she's totally the same. I mean, she's taking care of her family while having her job, which is taking care of the teenager and young adult that are problematics, because she's a criminologist, and she has her illness that she deal with also. Like, she deal with all of that, and she's really committed to make everything work um, in a way that she wants. And yeah, and even my mother, like, and I was thinking of all the nurse, because my mother was a nurse. She's retired now, but she, if you just think, it just goes even further for my point that they are more caring, because yes, they're men nurse, that's for sure. But if you just look at the statistics, there's way more women that are nurses and that go there for their innate desire to help and to care about others, which
In all
for me is
social, in all social services in general.
Yeah, totally. So for me, that's what I see more in women than men, is that innate desire to care about others, which I believe that if all men will do that with women, also the earth and the human race would be so much better. So I totally celebrate women for that. What I don't celebrate women for is is like I said before, is the global level of inauthenticity. For me, that want to be authentic, and that I really do believe that the more like about radical honesty and about just being really open. And I'm not talking about where it come from. And I told you that I believe also they have to be more, they have to be close more. But for me, that's the thing I really don't like. You always have to dig. You always have to dig. You always like they assume that you will assume what they think. No, just tell me what the fuck you think, and and then we can have a good communication. And on the flip side, it's they want to have good communication, but sometimes they should look in the mirror a bit more. That would be what. And I'm just not talking like just about what I'm living right now and the women that are close to me right now, but really what I lived through my life. And if I come back and I look and even friends and like, yeah, they're a bit more manipulative, which I fucking hate, and more less authentic in general. I would say in general. There's some women that are fully authentic, and that's amazing, but it's more talking about like because it's a International Woman Day and it's talking about all the women. So that's why I thought it would be nice to just say in general what we see about women that we love and what we don't like. So that would be my take on it. I think women should be more naked, not physically but mentally.
That's a good question you're asking me.
Come on, put your
I'm
balls on
trying
the
to think
table.
because it's funny because what I noticed, and I wonder where it's coming from. This is something that I hate also, like I mean a little bit, is that when you get strong women, as we will call them, they generally don't have a lot of women friend
Yeah.
compared to guys. Guys have this really like strong friendship, that they keep. It's weird. There is this level of fakeness, kind of, I don't know how to call it, superficial, like,
Yeah.
above the water that is, and maybe it's a mask, maybe it's what you said. And maybe I don't know why, and I'm not a woman, so I'm not going to say why.
No, the why is not
Yeah,
important.
but yeah, it's
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 more.
this thing that sometimes I I can't bear it sometimes. Like it's just that it's just too much.
I see you have a little difficulty to say it.
No, no,
Just
no,
say
because
some
I
women are
can't.
fucking superficial, and I fucking hate that.
But it's also that because it's in different ways. It's like sometimes it's saying stuff to say stuff, but not backing it up. Um,
Mhm.
or sometimes is also saying one thing, but like it's kind of a thing. Okay, got it. For example, you're in couple. Talk about experience. For example, you're in couple, and she's gonna be mad with you about something. For example, you didn't clean the dishes, or you didn't took your socks away, or you whatever reason, But it's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's not the problem. Problem is something else. Okay, you as a guy, simple-minded and stupid, because there is always this moment when you're tired that and you get that in this, you're like, yeah, but it's just, it's just the dishes, we'll do them later, but you don't understand as a guy, but this is not the problem, you know, and you're like, why, 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 just why you don't tell me what bothers you directly? I'm not talking about my socks. Yeah, but you should understand. No, I shouldn't. I shouldn't. So that's a
No,
big
you
thing.
should tell me.
It's a big thing
You
that
should tell
bothers
me.
me. That's a big thing that bothers me.
Yeah, that I feel we really should redo that discussion with a woman on the call. That would be so amazing uh, to have the other side of the coin.
Obviously,
Um, yeah, yeah,
but we are two
but
guys, so, we can talk about guys. So we
yeah,
can
yeah,
help.
we're two
We can
guys,
help women to
two guys in
understand
a
guys
pub.
if you want. We can help women understand guys if you want.
Oh yeah, definitely,
So
definitely.
for example, when you think we are thinking about something, wrong. We are thinking about whether something's stupid or nothing. That's the two cases.
Let's not go into that.
And we can say that to you because, you know, like it's like,
We
for
need
example,
to.
you're in the bedroom and you're like, oh, what about if we put a TV on the wall, on the ceiling? It's completely stupid thinking. I'm not gonna say that to you because it's like, no, I'm thinking about nothing. I'm sure he's thinking about no. I'm just thinking about a stupid thing. It's that simple.
But you said it before, like the word I was searching for was superficial when I was saying about what I don't really like about women is the that side, like the non-nakedness. It's also paired with the superficial. Superficial is like having a mask, having all the time to look good to what other people, like women think way too much, care way too much about what other people think about them, and that's just, that can be at a certain level is just plain annoying, like for them and for us, and uh,
Mm,
I think
yeah, but you
yeah,
see,
and
but
again, we're
also,
not talking about the reasons.
yeah, but that I wonder if that goes also with, it's kind of a two side of a coin, you know, because we said that women are more social, they're more empathic, caring, and all that, and so obviously the other side of a coin is caring too much and accepting too much stuff.
Mm,
Except if you're in the
yeah.
society of elephants and you basically ban the guys. That's how it works.
Yeah, but and that's why I say let's not talk about the whys, because you can go down the rabbit hole of, oh, it's all the beauty product companies that make, and the magazine that makes you think like that as a woman. Yeah. There's pressure from outside, but as much as for women on one side and as much for men on the other side. So we are like we are for many reasons. It's more I don't know if
But
constatation is an
I
English
still
word,
believe that we're
but
in a society where we are all fucked up. Seriously, like whether it's women or guys, we're all fucked up by society. Like nobody knows their place. Nobody
oh
knows what
yeah,
they're supposed to do. If you want kids, you can't have kids because why do you want kids? Why you don't want a career? If you want a career, people will say, why do you want a career? Why you don't want kids? And guys, it's exactly the same thing. It's like, oh, why do you want to stay at home and take care of kids? Because I want. No, because you're a guy, you should have a career. And it's exactly the same thing for women. And then we say to the guys, oh, guy, be a bit more on your emotion and all that. And when they're too much on their emotion, we say, no, guys, you should be more like men in between
yeah.
bracket for whatever that means. And the woman on the other side is exactly that. Oh yeah, but we want to be like equal and all that. Okay, cool, be like man. Don't accept everything, but it's not. And this is what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
like we are fully fucked up. And yeah, we can say about all the good things and all the bad things that are happening and all that, but I don't know where we're going with that. I have no clue. Like in 30 years I would like to know what it's going to look like. Because if it continues like that, everybody will be fucked up. There will be no kids anymore because nobody knows if they should have kids or not. You don't know. You I don't know.
I'm like wondering, do I respond to that because I feel we're gonna bust the time and go on a whole hour more because
But that's
I feel we're
because,
touching on another
but it's
thing.
because it's because that's the truth. That's the truth. We're all fucked up. You see that? People don't
Yeah,
know how to
I
react.
mean,
People, as you said, if people are putting themselves too much on Insta, they have like people coming to say to them, "Oh yeah, you look good," blah blah blah. They're like harassed and everything, and it's the same thing for guys. Oh yeah, if they show their physique, they're basically dumb because they're just spending their time on their body. It's exactly the same thing for guys. You don't know where you're going with that. It's almost like you polarized so much the stuff is that you can't have an opinion. And this is why I think like our talk right now, I'm not sure I totally like it, I'm honest with you, because I feel that we're feeling that if we get polarized in one thing that we say, we're gonna get bashed all the way. And we're gonna be put in a box where we don't want to be put because we're not like that. What do you think?
well, I think that's more on your side, and I could feel it throughout the talk that you were more talking like walking on eggshell than I do, and that's funny because I wanted to say to you, I know how to end this discussion, and it's
But I don't want
about
to end it.
caring about what people think because when this you told me so much that this podcast that we started impacted the rest of your life. Why?
True.
Because now you're being fucking honest all the time and you don't give a shit about what people will react or answer because it doesn't change your value that you now have for to yourself. So you're saying we're all fucked up, like we're society
Yeah.
fuck us up and everything. But when is the moment that you feel better in your life? Is when you stop caring about the society. Is when you stop caring about what people think, and you stop you just stop trying to work for someone else, for be someone for someone else, or all of that. And that's why you feel better now, and that's why I feel fucking better now. And this podcast is the whole essence of that, is being honest with what you think and not caring if you're going to be categorized or something, because that's not who you are. It's making the to dissociate, to like, yeah, the contrary of association. So basically you disassociate from your value and of as a human being and who you are with what you say and what the thoughts that other people have. That's where you make a bridge. And if you don't care what people think, it's because it won't affect you as a it won't affect your value. You won't think, oh, I'm a bad person because I had this thought or because I said this thing. No, everybody has crazy thought. There's just people that say it or not. And everybody have a radical thought about things, and it's just people saying it or not. And
No, it's sorry to cut you, but it's just that in certain point I'm still ambivalent. I don't want to judge. I'm going to explain one. Okay. I don't like social justice warrior, but I also believe that there is only by pushing something in the extreme that you can come back and find a middle ground.
yeah,
For
I also
example,
do believe that.
so obviously, I don't like the people that are so much about, oh yeah, like saying always the same thing, like, oh yeah, we're not paid equally and women should be recognized more and all that. Obviously, I don't like when it's too the bad part of feminism, but at the same time, I understand that it's necessary. And I guess it's because I'm less ignorant than before, and I'm understanding more, and I don't want to judge necessarily these people for doing that. And I'm not walking on eggshell on the stuff that I'm saying, in the meaning that what I said is what I believe. It's just that there is certain stuff it's not for me to say, because what do I know? in the end. I'm a
Yeah,
guy.
but yeah, but what do you
I'm
know?
a
You can
white
say what.
guy. I'm a white guy.
Yeah, but you can say whatever you think about. It doesn't
No, that's
make
the
you
thing.
wrong or
I
bad
think
or.
that's the problem. I think that's the problem in certain things. People say too much what they think, and people should shut up because when they, for example, I was born from immigrants. No,
You're
but
just
look,
mixing two things.
no, no, I don't agree. I was born from immigrants
Yeah,
in
because
France. So I can talk about from that experience, I can talk from that. And I hate when people, for example, politics or things like that, that are coming from, rich society, for example, in France, talk about what it is to was born from an immigrant and defend that as if
yeah, but
it was
that's what.
their tattoo on the.
Yeah, well, you just said it, and that's where I think you mix two things. Is you mix having thoughts and expressing some opinions and wanting to bring different side to a discussion with being an extremist and defending an opinion and a belief that you have no experience it at all and you know nothing about that, but you defend it and you want, and it's just that pattern that to always want to be right. Because if you detach yourself from that pattern and you're just, oh, that's what I think right now, I think maybe that would be it, but then someone tells you, no, that has been proven, or that I have the experience of that and I come from that background and I can tell you it's not that, then say, oh, well, I'm really happy to have new information, and I thought it was that, and I was wrong in what I was thinking, and now I'm welcoming the information which makes more sense. It's more, if I would say, no, you're not right, and I will argue with you when I don't have a fucking clue of or no experience or no proof of
Yeah.
to 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 go on my belief. So that's two things. You should be able to say what everything that you think of, if you want to put some word in the discussion, but you have to be humble that you don't know anything and that you don't go to war on an idea with someone when you have no background, no experience, no proof about something that you. That's more having a philosophical talk where you need the openness and having an argumentation, which you should not have if you don't know what you're talking about. And I think
I know,
that's
but
the two things that I
the only
feel
thing I can
were
talk
mixed.
about. But the only thing I can talk about is my experiences, right? And the people around me. So as I said, the strong women that I see in my life and everything. I can't talk about the other women or any country that I haven't been in, or can talk about Quebec and what is done there because I found it amazing. Can talk about France, can talk about the UK a little bit, and even not that much. But I can't.
No, you
And this is where
can.
and this is
You
where people.
can.
No, like this is where people make so much mistakes on those kind of things. Why do you have to have an opinion about everything? Why? I want to understand that thing.
Again, you're mixing thing. Having an opinion on something is not bad. Is
But it doesn't
is
answer my
wanting to go to
question.
war to everything that you say and like not hold on to everything to be right all the time. That's the problem.
It doesn't answer my question. Why do you need to have an opinion on everything?
You don't have to,
Exactly. Exactly. You don't have to.
but
And this
but
is why
if
I'm
you
saying,
want to, you
oh
you
yeah,
have the right to say it.
no, exactly. But the thing is that's the thing when I'm saying that society is too polarized. And for example, I said it that it's all fucked up right now. And right now, I don't understand society. I'm honest with you. I don't. International Women Day, I don't get it. I don't even know what this day is about anymore. I just don't get it. What are we celebrating? I mean, Valentine's
Well,
Day,
we're
it's
celebrating
honest,
women.
love. Good, got it. Whether you have it or not. But yeah, that's where I am. I'm just sometimes I
Well,
see days
sometimes you
like
don't
that and I'm
have to
like,
understand. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you don't have to understand, and you just make your own definition of it or what you like it to be. If you don't really, and if there's no clear definition, for me, I had no clue that there was an International Women's Day really, and when I hear it for the first time, my response is, oh, let's just celebrate women in all they are. So let's just celebrate the good thing, the bad thing, and just who they are as women.
I
Let's
can't
just
wait for
celebrate that
international.
there's two
I can't
sex.
wait for International Men.
let's check when it is, and we can record on that day. That would be funny. But
uh,
yeah, I think we had enough for today. Um, that's
I thought we were just
yeah.
starting.
yeah, yeah. I think it's better that we not start on something else. And also, I really gonna explode. I need to go to pee. So and I was timing it for an hour. Um, yeah. So a funky episode. I like it.
Yeah.
I like
Mhm.
everything that we say. And one thing that I really like is that it was like a mix of like and love. I really that I really like about the episode is that they are not the same all the time, and some we can just feel that we connect with what we say so much, and then we back it with our own experience and stories, and it's just sometimes it feel really powerful, and sometimes it's just we feel it less, and sometimes we talk more about general concept, sometimes we talk more about specific experience, and I really do enjoy, because for me that's more naked. For me, people that every week, like if you expect that every week the podcast of that person is going to be more amazing every week all the time, without one time that it's a bad week or one time, that's just wrong. And just when you listen, just take the example when you listen to an album. When you listen to an album of a musician, of a group, there's no way in hell that you will love every song as much as each of them,
Yeah.
and that you will have a climax every time that you listen to every song.
Yeah.
And for me, that's real.
Coldplay's
That's
albums were better when he was sad and not rich. When he started to be rich,
I would say that the album that I love so much, that is the closest to an album that every song is amazing, is AC/DC Highway to Hell. There's just 10 songs on the album, and I could play it, and they just can go all of them after the other, and I love them all. But that's so subjective. But yeah,
so
even then, you have that legendary album, and even then, you can have one
so
that's not perfect.
I'm gonna finish also on my side on the episode. I'm gonna be honest. When we were talking about the episode, is that for me, I have a split in my head, which is at the same time I was thinking about my mom and about my sister and about all the other women that I see as strong women, and that it's something that my mom specifically I don't necessarily touch the subject that much. And on the other side of my head, I was seeing like the rest of society and all these things that are happening on Instagram and all that. And this part pissed me off versus the other part where I consider really this, all these people, as I said, mom, sister, Ellen, Ella, Ao, Vidrana, all the people that I know selling, all the people that I know that are strong. And it's like, why you can't just be you, and that's it. So that's the only thing for me. So yeah, so it was not
Yeah.
eggshells. It was just a lot of feelings behind it. Because when I see a strong girl, like for me, there are pillars in society. That's the thing. Like I see that with my mom. We lost my mom, the family fell apart. That tells you something. That's the way it is. In most of the society, you will see that moms and women are the pillar of society, and they're the pillar of the family and everything. So yeah, I'm
No,
gonna stop there.
totally.
My voice is starting to crack,
Totally.
so I'm gonna stop there. Okay.
Yeah, totally. And if it was the International Mother's Day, that would be a different subject, a different topic. But yeah, to all the women out there, this episode ending is for you, and
We
I
love
tell
you.
you, be yourself and have fun. And I will say it again because for me, I think more women should be more authentic, more themselves, and having fun. So be yourself, and have fun. Stop caring about what people think, uh, and continue to be the caring woman that you are in general. And that's what I want to celebrate today. So let's uh, let's say happy day, and next see you next week.
See you next week.